Wacky Wednesday. Wacky Wednesday.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Unfiltered. The real deal. No pre-planning. No chingaderas. Straight up from the bill.
Wacky Wednesday.
B-Town's very own.
It's Wacky Wednesday con El Bumper.
Here's your host, Bumper Gomez.
And we fixed it. Hey, easy, man. We're a one-man show right here, bro. Everybody's killing me. The sound is awful. I'm sorry. My Bluetooth was turned up a little bit too much. Hopefully you guys can hear us loud and clear now, and it sounded a little bit better there at the end. We turned it down. Thank you to Mario Ortiz, and that is the Mario O. He's like, hey, bro, that shit sounds distorted. So, as promised, man, we have another great episode in store for you guys. And I don't know why. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why. Let me turn this. You're getting all my ESPN notifications, all my. No, but in the studio tonight, man, is going to be great conversation, a great interview. We've been talking off the air, and speaking of we're on the air. Speaking off the air, and just a great story, man. Just a great story. You guys are going to be in luck to hear this woman's beautiful story in the music business, and not just the music industry, but also her personal life as well. So, sounds so bad. Everybody's texting me. Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? We'll check it. You can check it. They'll probably. Sounds clear, right? Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I think it was the music. Everybody's texting because of the music. I had it up too high. So my guest tonight, if you're just tuning in, this is Bumper's Wacky Wednesday, and I love to bring you everything that has to do with our cultura, and especially Tejano music. And tonight's going to be, no different. My guest tonight is Miss Erika Renee. What's up?
Hi.
She's nervous. Look, she's nervous. She's like, how do I sit? Hey, dude, sit however makes you nervous.
You need smaller chairs for you need small people.
You need.
My feet don't reach the floor.
Oh my goodness, man. No, I used to have smaller chairs. I had those. And then I would have the guys in here, and then they would be like, bump.
You need bigger chairs.
Yeah, dog, I can't be sitting in my back's killing me. So then I get these big chairs, and then people are like, oh, shit, the chair's too big. So just get comfortable, man. Whatever makes you comfortable. We got snacks. I'm not going to throw you under the bus like that. Hey, but she did. She called and said, Bump, you got some snacks? Because I'm hungry.
Hungry. Like, I've been working out hardcore. Y de repente, like, te pega.
Oh man. Erika, so first of all, welcome to the show, right? Welcome to Bumper's Wacky Wednesday.
Thank you.
I've been jamming your music for about 4 days. That single that we played was released here in 2022.
Yes. First of all, I want to say that this, everything I'm doing now is, for my mom. So this is for you, mamita. Thank you for having me on your show. Yes, and the latest single right now is Me Aleje de Ti.
Me Aleje de Ti. That's the one that we played there in the beginning, man. If you guys haven't downloaded her music, you have, she's gonna be on here. Go check her out, Erika Renee. It's Erika with the K,
yes,
and then Renee with 2 E's. So make sure you guys check it out. I'm gonna give some shout outs real quick. Shout out to DJ Brandon, all the way from Pearsall, Texas, always supporting Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. Saludos to Fabian Parra and all the homeboys in the house.
Hey guys, saludos.
Tiger, I'll let you say the last name.
Maze. He got after me.
Hey, Tiger, were your ears ringing, bro? Because we were talking about you, bro.
I was like, I'm Mexican, right?
There you go. So Tiger Mays. Let's see who else is on here. Shout out to my daughter Jasmine, Mario O.
Saludos, Mario, Israel Gamino.
Chingona's in the house, man. You know Chingona?
Yes.
You met her? La
no,
Chingona?
I haven't met her. No,
but you've seen her on social media?
Yes, I have.
Dude, she really pushes, especially the females and new artists. She's always helping them out. So
awesome.
Shout out to Chingona.
Saludos.
Yeah. So here's the story, guys. This lady to the left, or to my left, your right. She's not only a Tejano artist, like I put, right? She's also, I don't know how that did it, but she's not only a Tejano artist, but she is also a veteran. And I can't remember another veteran that I had on the show. I think the only one that was a veteran was probably Elias from the Homeboys. I was telling Erica. So I want to touch a little bit on that. You know what I mean? Like, being in the army and still wanting to sing. That cannot be easy. But before we get into that, where are you from?
Originalmente desde Ciudad Juárez, Chihuahua, México.
Just to let you know, en español, para que sepan. Right? So if you guys don't know where that's at, Juárez is the sister city of El Paso, Texas, the safest city in America. Eh?
Yes.
So you were born there in Juárez. How old were you when you came to the United States?
I believe I was 4-ish.
4-ish, ahí por ahí.
4-ish por ahí.
And then you were raised there in El Paso for a little while, or
no? We originally moved to California. My grandmother used to live in California.
What part of Cali?
There's a city that nobody believes me, but it does exist. It's called Westmoreland, California.
Westmoreland, California, and that's north or south?
I think it's south, not too south, but it's south.
In the center. Somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I found it one day. I was like, it does exist.
Yeah.
But yeah, we moved there, and then, I guess, my parents decided que querían irse a vivir a Arizona. And so we moved to Arizona y ahí crecimos, ahí vivimos por muchos años hasta que tuve los 15 años. And then we moved to El Paso. My grandparents were getting a little bit older, and so my parents, wanted to get closer to the family. So we all, they asked us, if it was okay. And
yeah.
So it was a family decision.
So where did you, like, in your high school years, where did you spend them at?
Austin High School. Go Panthers.
In El Paso?
El Paso, yeah.
Wow. Okay. I got two homeboys. They were raised in California, but I think they finished their school in El Paso. Their dad was a retired Marine, and they're cuates. They're twins, man. Shout out to Mario and Eric Reyes. Saludos, Bumper's Wacky Wednesday from your friends from Grupo Metal. What's up, man? Shout out to Sean Zambrano, Javier Flores. You got a lot of people, Erica.
I see that. Thank you guys.
That's good, man.
For joining.
Chris Medina, Chris caught me. He's an actual active duty service member right now. I had him a few weeks ago. Chris, I'm sorry, I forgot about you, bro.
Saludos. Thank you for your service, Chris.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. So in El Paso, when I think of El Paso, man, I don't think Tejano music, because I've lived all over the United States, and I've traveled all over the United States, and I know that once you get west of San Antonio on the 10, there's no more Tejano music. For me, like you're right. So I think, go to El Paso. I never really found, maybe every now and then I would hear a Selena song or something, but a lot of regional Mexican radio stations.
Yes.
Arizona, the same thing. New Mexico, same thing. Post California, of course, it's all regional Mexican. So to know that you lived in those areas, but yet I find you singing the genre of Tejano is pretty cool, man.
Yes.
So let us know, how did that come about? How the heck did you end up in the Tejano genre, growing up in all those places, to me, to where Tejano music wasn't heavily influenced there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, I was raised in Arizona, and in Arizona, they love listening to Tejano music. And so when I started, I started because I would listen to the music in the background at the family barbecues, family gatherings. And when we moved to San Antonio and I went to the first fanfare, I was like listening to familiar songs that I had learned when I was little. And so to me, it was like, wow, like it brought me back so many memories of my childhood. So, that's why I started with Tejano. I love Tejano music, but I also love, banda, cumbias, norteño, all sorts of music.
You love all. I mean, you just get labeled regional Mexican music, like
yes, because they play everything in Arizona, and that's why, like, since I started, I've been pushing my music in Arizona, in California, in El Paso, in Juarez. So, and there's people that, that haven't even heard, the Tejano, but they love it. They're kind of, what is that?
I used to like it. Like, I would meet, for instance, one of my first places I was at a place called 29 Palms, California. It's in the middle of nowhere in California, in the desert.
Probably next to Westmoreland.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. It's out there in the middle of nowhere. Shout out to TDK before I forget, because I just saw him. Shout out to Tejano Dancing King del Monte. There he is, right there in the house.
I can't see this anymore.
What happened?
Because my phone needs to be charged, so it just closed out of it.
You can charge it for a little bit si quieres.
Yeah,
dámelo.
Saludos TDK.
Yeah. Shout out to TDK.
Saludos to Brandon too, and Juan Lopez. Jr.
Everybody watching.
I can't read now because I don't have one contact on.
So, being there in California, it was crazy because, I would meet other Latinos or Chicanos, and they'd be like, "Hey, bro, we're gonna go buy some beer. We're just gonna hang out here in the room." That's what Marines do, right? Like in the service members, that's what they do, right? They don't really, you can't go nowhere, but let's go buy some beer. We're 18, we can drink on base. You could back then, and I'd be like, you know what? That's cool, bro. Like, hell yeah, I get to hang out with some homies and listen to some music. In my mind, growing up narrow-minded here in Texas with Johnny Canales, the Domingo Live show, all the radio stations I grew up with was all Tejano. I didn't know nothing else. I knew Chente, I knew mariachi, but I didn't know salsa, merengue, bachata, banda. Like, nobody I knew listened to that. None of my tios, nobody listened to that music. So being in California, they would right away, as soon as they start drinking, "Hey man, ponle uno de Chalino Sanchez," and I'm like, "What? Who the hell is Chalino Sanchez?" And they put it on, and they would get. I'm like, "Bro, this shit sounds like shit."
We grew up with his music.
Yeah, no. For me, like, I was like, "What do you guys get off on this? Like, music is nuts." Then I would put on a Tejano song, and they'd be like, "Man, what kind of jazzy shit is that?" So it's just, it's just where you grew up. That's why I really push asking you, where you grew up. It really makes a difference in, how influential the music is, because it really is different depending where you are in the United States. So you go to El Paso and you start listening to Tejano music. Did you always sing?
Yes, I tell a little story where, because my dad was, era electrónico en Juarez. Like he would work for, I think, RCA, the company, fixing radios and stuff like that. And so he had his own room, wherever we lived, he tenía su propio cuarto, and siempre tenía TVs, radios, stereos, vacuums, VCRs.
He worked on everything.
You name it, se los traían. And so I would be there de metiche, trying to find out, like, what is he doing? Yes, they're like, even sometimes, like one time I fixed the VCR that he couldn't fix. Yeah, I know. I should have charged him.
Hey, for those that are watching, a VCR is something we used to use before a DVD player. And even DVD players now, people are like, I don't even have a DVD player.
But yeah, and I grabbed a vacuum, and my little sister and I were, listening to music. And I was like, yeah, let's put on a show for mom and dad. And so, we were pretending que la vacuum was our microphone, and they were like, yeah, that was our show. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved it. I've always been loud and, siempre he estado escuchando la música. I always have music in the background. And one of the things que decía mi mamá, que cuando me fui, join the army, que lo más que extrañaba de mí era que todo el ruido que hacía, ya no había música, ya no había ruido. It just wasn't normal to her. And
It's just too quiet.
yeah, it was too quiet.
I say that all the time. You know, I got 8 kids, and I posted not too long ago, like, man, I came home from work, and there was no backpacks at the door. There was nobody yelling at one another for the seat or the remote, or, you know, I'm in the bathroom, wait, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you when you have that, it's like, oh, y'all stop already. But then when they're gone, it's like, man, it's quiet. Yeah, you miss it for sure. And speaking of family, before I forget, because today is my 20th wedding anniversary today with my wife. And, well, she's not here to celebrate with me. So big shout out to my wife and my daughter, Jalen Gomez. They're out there in Arizona doing a PCS move. I'm sure you know what that's all about, right? She just moved from New York to Fort Huachuca, Arizona. So my wife went out there to help her get settled in. And oh, yeah, there ain't nothing out there, man.
It's hot.
So, yeah, today's we've been together more than 20 years, but, you know, officially married. You know, raza. We got to be together a few years before you go to the courthouse or something. So, no, I just had to throw that out there before I forgot my anniversary.
Before you got in trouble.
Yeah, no. And so how the hell did Erika Renee end up in San Antonio?
Well, I was trying to get into dental school.
Mm-hmm.
And so my husband and I, like he wanted to move out of El Paso. He wanted to, you know, travel and do stuff. So we moved to Arizona because there was a helicopter school there and a dental school there. And he just, it wasn't his place, you know. So I said, okay, well, let's move then. Well, where do you want to go? So we both chose here because también tenían helicopter school and
Military City, USA.
Yeah, and well, yeah, there's Army too, and then the dental school here también. So those are the two places that we thought were close to home, you know, close enough to go back whenever we wanted to visit, but had both, you know, the best of both worlds.
Close 7 hours. That's a long ass drive.
So yeah, he you know, went to helicopter school and got his pilot degree, and he just doesn't have enough flight hours. That's the only thing. So he ended up going también back with the National Guard, and he was a crew chief, and he también went back to school and became a helicopter mechanic. So he, you know, is still in the works of like the helicopter stuff, because that's what he loves, you know, to do. So he can fly them and fix them.
And thank your husband for his service as well, man.
I will.
Yeah, that's you know, you don't, I don't really meet too many married couples anymore that were both, they're out there. Don't get me wrong. You know, I've met many in the Marine Corps, but actually married couples like that, they were both in the services. You know, you don't meet too many of that, or at least I don't. Not since I've been out of the military. So what does your husband think about, you know, I never asked the girls that, dude. You're the first one's gonna get asked this. How do the girls, you know, how does your husband take you being an artist?
I don't think he, like, not that he doesn't take it serious, but I think it's just something that I just started doing, kind of like, you know, hey, I'm gonna go play baseball, I'm gonna go join a team, and you know, he's like, all right, you're gonna go sing, okay, cool. Like, I don't know, I don't think
neta. So he's still a non-believer. Can you say that, like, you think he's still like a non-believer that you're doing what you're doing?
I wouldn't say a non-believer, because he does support me in what I do, but I don't think he realizes how important to, you know, not just to myself, but to other people. You know, the more and more we continue in the journey, and he comes along with me, you know, he's realizing, you know, like, this is really important. Now, like, I know a lot of people are like, well, does he sing too? You know, he was raised in the church, so he doesn't know a lot about, you know, music, you know, and of course tampoco Tejano.
So he was so his musical influence is very small.
Correct.
Right.
And he was in high school, you know, he was always going to church, and so he wasn't, you know, he followed, you know, his family, So he doesn't know about, all the 90s music and, and I'm like, oh my God, how do you not know this? And
you've been hiding under a rock.
And when we moved to Arizona, I got him to start listening to country. That was, my first step moving him
Something different.
Yeah. So he now he still listens to country, and he's all about the country también. But still, I don't think, like I said, he realizes how important it is. But because of that,
So did one day you just said, man, did you say music in general? Because you told me you love, regional Mexican, but when is it that you said, I'm going to stick to Tejano music?
Well, when I started, the music scene, it was all because of San Antonio también, and the influences in San Antonio. But I started after I graduated college, and, I was needing a break, and it took longer. And so I was doing, the karaoke. I don't know if I mentioned that to you before.
Yeah.
And because people were, wanting to, I guess they liked what they heard,
the way you were singing.
Yes. I guess they said it was different. I don't know why they felt it was different. I didn't think I was anything special,
But that's how it starts, dude. Like, sometimes it takes something like that and it just starts a fire in somebody. Like, you know what? Maybe these guys are onto something. Maybe I'm not believing,
I think I was a non-believer.
Yeah, you go. So you were the non-believer.
Yeah.
And it took somebody, listening to you at a karaoke bar. That's got to be cool, man. That's got to be cool because, I'm not a karaoke person. Like that is one thing. We go places and people like, Mom, go. No, hombre, I'm going to run everybody out of this son of a gun, Yeah, turn the dude's mic off. I did it not the other day, but a couple of months back. We visited my wife's family down in Florida, in Miami, and we went to this bar, and they were playing all kinds. It was karaoke. So I told my buddy, one of my Marine buddies, that he's also retired. We were there, and he's like, "Hey, dude, I bet you don't go sing a Chente song." I'm like, "What? Fool, I'll go sing a Chente song?" And so they're gonna kick us out of here because it's Mexican music, but it's cool. I went and played it, and I did El Rey. I think it was the song that I did. Hey, and I had that whole place rocking, dude. Everybody from Miami is full of Latinos from all over the world, but they all knew the words.
Oh yeah,
it was awesome. They were all singing along. They were like, hell yeah! It was cool. So that was my my one time doing karaoke where it's like, okay, I didn't do too bad. I didn't run everybody out of this place. So singing karaoke, people come up to you. They're like, hey man, I love the way you sing. What do you do from there? Like, what is, if a girl's in your shoes, right now thinking about maybe starting a career in music, where did you go? Like, how did you know who to go talk to or what to do to start recording?
I just Googled. Like, I have no experience whatsoever in anything, and I just started networking, really. And the only reason why I did it was because people, me decían que les gustaba lo que escuchaba. Si no, I would never, have pursued it,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, maybe a little bit, but, like I went to try out for American Idol. Didn't make it. But, it was just something fun. It was something different,
Just, yeah.
And I went as support también as one of my neighbors, so I was like, all right, I'll do it too, So, yeah, that was my pre.
that was your.
I haven't mentioned that in any of my interviews before, but yeah.
Well, hey, but you know what, man? Sometimes it takes things like that to make you better, makes you stronger. You learn from it, you grow from it. You know what I mean? That's the way I would look at it. Let it be the fuel to your fire of what you're doing now. Before I forget, I want to give a huge shout out to Fernando Ramirez and Stephanie Rodriguez from Waco, Texas. Their son's a United States Marine, and they promised me that this is only one of 2 shirts ever made for the Pancho Pistolas crew. If you've never heard of Pancho Pistolas, he's in the Jalapeno Radio Network. I think he's up in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. He has a great morning show. He has an awesome crew. Shout out to my buddy Sticks. But they found me at Fanfare, and they're like, hey, man, we know you're a Marine. Our son's a Marine. Check this out. Wow. We got a red and yellow Pancho Pistola shirt. There's only 2 of them, and you're going to have one of them. And I said, man, thank you guys so much. So big shout out to Fernando Ramirez and Stephanie Rodriguez in Waco, Texas. Thank you guys for always tuning into the show. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate it, man. Says, Bump, you already play the Weedo. Next step is lead singer. I'm sure Mike G will give you a shot. No way, TDK. No way. Shout out to Mike Gonzalez and the Iconics. They're always tuning in. Again, if you're just tuning in, my guest tonight is Miss Erika Renee. And again, as I put, she's a veteran. So I just thought that was like, all week I was like, man, that's badass, dude. Did you, while you were in the Army, did you sing?
Cadences.
Dude, so let's see. Well, we can't because she's drinking water. If she was drinking something else, maybe after a couple of drinks, we'll see if we could get her to sing a good Army cadence for us, so you guys could get a little taste of what it's like to be in the military. That'd be really, really cool. So your only singing was cadences in the Army.
Yes. I loved it though. It motivated you, Like,
what was your favorite one? You don't gotta sing it, but you could just.
Well, it wasn't like for running. There was a drill sergeant.
Oh, just stop. Just
marching.
The marching one. Marines and Army, we have an inter-service rivalry, but it's great. We're always on the same team. We just like to talk smack to one another. But so that was your favorite, is doing the marching cadences?
The marching. There was one because my drill sergeant, like, oh man, she had an awesome voice, and she would sing, "Somewhere there's a mother." You remember?
I never heard it.
Keep going. Crying for her son. He's an airborne ranger. I don't remember the rest, but
damn, there you go. I'm already. Hey, hold on, gotta get my shit together, man. Just doing.
I would get chills. Like, oh my gosh, she was awesome.
Oh man, there's some people in the military that could sing those cadences, man. Yes. And it, you go on a long run. For us, you go on a long run, you get a guy that go out there singing. He just, that little bit of badassness in his voice would just get you to that long run. Again, this is a little bit different, man. It's Bumpers to Wacky Wednesday. You never know what you're going to get. You never know where our conversation is going to go, man. And again, it's just really cool for me to have somebody who served time in the Army and is here now doing Tejano music, man. And you know what, Erika? I want to tell you something. Like, not only is the show about music, right? The show's about culture and about who we are. And in all honesty, I want to tell you, man, when I say thank you for your service, but for young Chicanas out there, young Latinas, right? The last 2 years has been rough.
Oh yeah. Have
been really rough for the Latino community and especially the Army, right? It's just been it was rough, like just watching everything unfold here in Killeen with man, I'm having a brain fart. Vanessa again, right? It was a tragedy, man. And the more and more I read every day, I would just get more mad. Like, how the hell, you know what I'm saying? Like, where were these people? Where weren't they, helping her out, this, that, and the other? But at the same time, man, the fact that you're singing music and you're starting to, you're out there doing what you love, but you come from that background of being a soldier, man. And I don't see a lot of Latinas. I mean, before Vanessa, when did we ever talk about that? When did we ever talk about how many Latinas are out there, how many Chicanas are out there willing to give their life for a country? We didn't talk about it. So, it's very interesting that you're here, and I'm sorry if I'm touching a lot on the military stuff. No, it's just because I think it's just a great story, man. You know what I mean? I think what you're doing for young Latinas out there, like, hey, you can join the service, get out, and she's still living the dream that she wants to do, man. So let's see, what what did you take from the Army? You think is there anything that you took from the Army that you use in your everyday or use towards your the way you carry yourself in music?
Speak up for yourself. It's okay to listen and take advice, but you are your own person too, and speak up for you. Don't let people shut you down. Keep going, and that's what keeps me going. And I don't know. It's just I guess just the camaraderie that I miss. Like right now, I just I'm getting all emotional.
It's all good. It's wacky. Anything can happen. It's great. The people who watch every week, they know. People cry, they laugh. Like you never know what the hell's gonna happen. It's live.
Yeah.
I can't go back and delete. Hey, Erica was crying here. We'll take her out. No, we can't.
Yeah, I mean, just speak up for yourself and no se dejen. That's one thing que también mi mamá nos decía. No se dejen, mijas. Just keep going. Do what you believe in. And me for my kids, yo les digo, do what makes you happy. And so I went to the Army and made me happy, and then I went somewhere else, college, and made me happy. Stressed out for some time, too, but it was something I want to do, and
right.
Whether you it's meant for you or not, at least you tried. I just realized how you have the red and the green, and then it's like the Mexican flag. Sorry. And Vicente, that looks so cool.
There you go.
But yeah, where was I going?
It's all good. It's all good. No. And so now that how long have you been have you started the Tejano music?
Okay, so I graduated 2018, and during that time, I had been here or there, doing karaoke every once in a while. But after I graduated 2018 from UTSA, entonces it's just like karaoke party every weekend.
Every weekend. What was your karaoke spots here in San Antonio?
There was, we went to Tinka Taco. We went to Dad's Karaoke.
Dad's is the one there. Yeah, that's a real popular one. There's a sushi spot right next to it, right?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a little sushi spot right next to it.
Where else? There's a sister bar that's it's right there off of Callahan and Babcock.
Hey, so when you would walk in, like after going to these places so much and you're like really good, would you walk in like wrestlers do to the ring? Like, hey, dude, it's my turn. Check it out. Hey, here comes Erica, bro. Hey, get out of the way, porque now you're gonna hear somebody sing.
Well, what I noticed is like they would break out with the phones.
Oh,
yeah. So
shit.
that made me feel good. Like, all right, I'm doing good.
Yeah.
So it wasn't a competition for me. It was more like just go and relieve stress, and kind of like when you go to church.
Mm-hmm.
You go and pray and you leave everything to God, and so that was just another stress relief for me.
Doing that, just going and singing.
Yeah.
So earlier you said that when I asked you, I said, how in the hell does somebody who's just doing karaoke and says, hey, I want to do Tejano music, you Googled, you went on the internet to figure out how to get into the music business. So you remember the first thing that you did?
Producers. I just looked up producers. A lot of them weren't in local, and I had no idea who any of these people were.
Right.
And I don't mean that disrespectful, any of these people, but
no,
I had no idea.
You right.
I had knew nothing about music. I didn't even I took maybe one or two music classes. I played piano for a little bit, but other than that, like no connections whatsoever. Everything was like woof, way above my head. So I just Googled, I think, what any normal person would do, just Google and where can I find producers,
Right.
And yeah, I saw a bunch and I just started going on the list,
Call them, say, hey man, I'm a dad singing karaoke, homie, and people are bringing out the phones and they like what they hear. I need some help. Who was the first person to reach their hand out to you?
Gibby
Velasquez.
Yeah.
Yo, hold up. Let me set myself up real quick.
Hijo.
Yo, for real?
Yeah.
Wow. So, oh man, if you guys just let me break this down for you, right? You got a girl singing karaoke music. She reaches out to she said any producers. Well, let's just reach out to probably the biggest producer in the freaking genre of all time,
top.
right?
Let's go to the best.
Yeah, let's just go to the top.
Best of the best.
So she gets to Gibby Velasquez, man, Gilbert Velasquez, who is a legendary producer, Grammy Award winner. Like, if you ever get to go in his studio, I have. I don't think he has all the Grammys in there. He just has like a shelf, and I think he told me the rest don't fit in there. So he has them there. Wow. So he just said, "Hey, no, just let me go to the top." Do you remember that conversation with him?
I just, I think I just asked him, like, I'm looking for writing something. I don't know. I honestly don't remember. Like, I just knew, like, just go for it,
Right.
Like, why wait, or because what if, like, I died tomorrow and then I didn't get a chance to even call him, You never know. That's why I just was like, just go for it, So.
Wow. And tú, Erika, you already had ya tenías like your own songs. You have you written music, or you were just playing covers?
I was just singing covers, but at the time I had, it wasn't even like I was gonna go into the music scene at all. I just wanted to, like, hey, mi abuelita escribió una canción, this is awesome, this is like the family jewel type thing,
Mm-hmm.
something like, I'm not rich, something I can hand down to my grandkids, one day, and it's not a photo, it's a song, and so I had a personal project for myself. And so I wrote it, it was a reply to a song, and that was it, But I didn't plan to go anywhere with it. Yeah, later on was when I wrote Tu Chaparrita.
Mm-hmm.
Y that's when I was like, all right, yeah, I'm going to do something, let's go for it.
You know what's badass about you is that you speak Spanish fluently. That's your first language.
Yes.
And a lot of artists, not just female artists, but Tejano artists, a lot of them, they can't even speak Spanish. A lot of them just sing, they understand it, right? They understand enough to show you the sentimientos and the passion when they're singing the song at the right parts, you know what I mean? But to carry a conversation with you in Spanish, a lot of them can't do it, and not knocking them. I mean, it's just, that's Tejano music. That's Chicanos. That's who we are.
I have to give them kudos though, because it's like speaking a foreign language, having a conversation in a foreign language. So for them to actually understand, like, kudos to you, even if you don't speak it in, si no respondes en español, de todos modos, you're at least trying. And
yeah,
so
exactly.
Exactly.
Like we're gonna get an interview with Eric from Grupo Masore.
Oh.
Pero Eric nomás habla puro español. Y él me dijo, hey, pues ¿cuándo vamos a hacer una entrevista? I said, man, lo quiero hacer, pero no hablo español perfecto. Y por 2 horas, ¿cómo voy a hablar por 2 horas en puros hijos? Tú hablas en inglés, español, yo también. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, this is a Hispanic community. So,
yeah, hell
like,
yeah.
For me, I always speak Spanglish, even con mis hermanas.
Yeah, people are on here like, man, I really like that she's speaking Spanglish, because there's some people, I don't even understand what she's saying, but it sounds cool.
No, it's because sometimes, like, hay palabras que puedo expresar en español que no puedo expresar igual en inglés. So to me, it's sometimes more comfortable. Even when I go to the doctor, que me preguntan, well, what are you feeling? I'm like, do you speak Spanish? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So entonces se siente como así, y les doy la palabra. And they're like, I go, do you know what that means? And they're like, yes. And I'm like,
they
okay.
say, oh, te sientes muy, muy excited.
Yeah.
No, but what I was going with it is that the advantage that you have as a songwriter is that you speak perfect Spanish, right? Being your first language. And I've been lately, I don't know why, but the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've been having some deep conversations with people. I'll keep the names out, right? Mm-hmm. But people in the business have been around for a long time. And some people who haven't been in the business not too long. And the conversation I always have is that sometimes, just like in the movie Selena, right? Where they say, in Mexico, the Tejanos, they gotta be, they don't like because they're too American. They're not Mexican enough, right? And then you come to the United States, was you're not American enough, right? You're like, well, god dang, what am I?
Well, I feel like I'm stuck there too, porque si nací en México, si hablo el español, no lo hablo perfectamente. I know enough to get by, like cuando voy a Juárez con mi familia, sacan palabras que I'm like, let's Google.
You got the Google Translate on?
Yeah, my own language, my mother language. Pero, yeah, like then I come here and, like I'm not Mexican enough and I'm not American enough. So I feel like
stuck.
I'm in between, even though que hablo los dos idiomas, and I feel blessed que puedo hablar los dos idiomas, but, there is a whole generation, a whole culture que we're just kind of like in limbo.
In
like,
limbo,
ni
right,
de aquí,
right.
Ni de allá, como decía la India María.
Erica, but let me tell you though, the great thing is that if you put pen to paper, right? I think that when you write a song, the words are going to be deep and they're going to be very, you're going to use deeper words. Not saying that Tejano music and songs that we listen to, Bobby Pulido was just the other day, he was talking to Johnny Ramirez. I was listening to the shout out to Johnny and Bobby Pulido. They were doing a radio interview. And Bobby said the same thing, what I'm about to say, right? He's, Tejano sometimes, our songs, the words that we use, the Spanish words we use are they're just like the basic words, right? We're not very intricate in the words that we don't sing a song that's very detailed with big, long Spanish words. They're very like the simple words, right? Mm-hmm. And if you listen to like a regional Mexican song or norteño, sometimes they use words and you're just like, man, I gotta go see what that word means. Yeah, I gotta Google what it means. And most Tejano songs, I can tell you what they mean right away because they're for me they're very simple. I think times are changing though. I think a lot of Tejano artists are starting to notice that. They're starting to say, hey man, if we're gonna start picking songs, that have a heavier story.
Yes.
Right. Am I making sense? I don't know. Know what I'm saying? It's going to be a little bit deeper.
Yes. It has to have some meaning or at least a story, something.
And there is a lot of Tejano artists out there that don't, as I said, there's a lot of Tejano artists. What he would be calling me right now, but back to where I was at. What was I saying? Sorry about that. Somebody just called.
Tejano artists don't speak Spanish.
Oh yeah, so there's artists out there like
You don't have to name them.
No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I am.
Okay.
My buddy Luis A.G. from West Texas.
Okay.
The dude, his first language is Spanish. Mm-hmm. He sings amazing. He's new. Mm-hmm. He's new. But man, he goes live. I mean, he loves Tejano music, right? Marcos Orozco.
Oh, Marcos Orozco.
Dude, I mean that guy fills up a stadium.
To me, he's like the Tejano Buki. Like,
yeah, dude. I mean, he doesn't have to. He doesn't move. He's the George. To me, he's the George Strait of Tejano music now, right now, in a sense, right? George Strait, you're not gonna get nothing flashy. You're gonna get a guy out there, right, with dressed nice with a cowboy hat, a guitar, a microphone, and not gonna move. He's just gonna play all the songs, right? Same thing with Marcos Orozco. But I know that they rather speak Spanish than English. Not saying that he can't speak English, but I know that his first language is Spanish.
I think you just feel more comfortable.
Yeah, definitely, man, definitely.
Like if I'm and this has nothing to do with racism, but if I'm with people that mainly speak the English language, they understand the Spanish, but like you feel comfortable in English talking to them, mm-hmm. But if you see somebody that's that speaks Spanish, I feel comfortable speaking to them in Spanish. Like
this guy right here, TDK, he brought this is awesome. He says, I have to look up Ismael Gutierrez's lyrics. Thanks, Ismael, for teaching me new Spanish. Ismael Gutierrez, if you've never heard him either, look him up. The dude is badass. He is an amazing artist. He puts on a great show. I got to see him at Fanfare. He was actually the new male vocalist of the year last year for the All-Star Music Awards. He won the male vocalist of the year, and the dude is great. I want to say he is the little brother of Letty. I can't remember their last name. That I think used to be with Culturas. I think that's her little brother. But he, like, his thing, and he sings beautifully, like his Tejano. Mm-hmm. And again, just like somebody who follows him is like, hey man, that's badass. Like, I have to look up his words because I don't know. Mm-hmm. Thank you for teaching me Spanish. That's cool, man. You mentioned Marcos, how many ladies fainted? Let's see. Let me see. Marcos, you're Tejano George Strait. Yes, I said it. Rocio, I did say it. Marcos Orozco is the Tejano George Strait. Letty Guval. That was the name of the. You remember Letty Guval?
No.
She used to sing with D and Culturas.
Oh, okay.
And you remember Culturas?
Yes.
Okay, well that's her. I think that's her little brother, man. So he again, just a great dude. I've got to talk to him. We're gonna get him on the show. He's another one. Like if we do a show, like I don't know if we'll be able to do. We'll figure it out, man. We'll figure it out. Erika, growing up, who is your favorite female Tejano artist? I'll put you on the spot like that. That's cool. They won't get mad. They all know we have love for everybody.
Look at that green water.
Yeah.
I love your flag, man.
Oh man. Okay, we'll do this. Give me 3 of your favorite female Tejano artists.
They have to be Tejano.
They have to be Tejano because I know you're going to tell me Ana Gabriel. You're going to tell me, all kinds. I don't know. Drum roll.
Selena, of course.
Of course.
Oh my God.
She's having an army brain fart right now.
Brain fart. Laura Canales.
Laura, of course.
Miss Garcia. What's her name?
Elsa Garcia.
Elsa Garcia. Shelly Lares.
Oh, okay. I hear you.
Sorry, just to name a few, but I mean, or that I can remember like right now.
Hey, so.
But that says a lot, that there's not very many, and we need more females out there. I know there's more, but just. So
we have a. If you guys don't know, we're simulcasting. We're actually on YouTube Live as well, not just Facebook Live, but YouTube Live. So we get a lot of people that watch from YouTube. And my buddy Lance Scott, you've heard me say his name quite a bit of times. I had to put his comment up there. He said, "Promise me, Bumper, that no one's gonna get slapped tonight." Oh man! Shout out to Lance and all my family out there in San Clemente, California. Miss you guys, man. Shout out to Felipe Leal, my videographer, photographer, great dude, big heart. Felipe, the YouTube channel, man. We got to talk, dude. It's not working. It's not happening, man. Somebody said I would love to hear her sing. I didn't ask her that though. Can you sing on the cuff? I mean, you're karaoke. Yeah.
You want my song or you want somebody else?
No, whatever song you want, but you got to remember, that if you pick a popular one, do you pick them off of YouTube, like the track, the sing-alongs?
No, off of YouTube.
That's what. So here, this is what we'll do. As I'm talking, go to YouTube and find you. Like the karaoke, but then you're gonna have to wear the headphones.
Oh,
it's cool. Just find it.
I thought just acapella.
Oh, you want? Oh shit. Okay. Well, damn. Okay. She said, "Screw that. That's even better." So this is for you guys can't see him, Mr. Jerry Lattis. He's watching on YouTube. He said, "I would love to hear her sing, man." Sorry, brother, for not being born in Texas, Luis AG. Luis, we still love you, brother. We still love you. We don't hold that against nobody. Well,
okay.
Erika Renee, Tejano recording artist, here on Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. For the record, I asked her if she wanted to do she's like, hell no, I'm going to do this shit a cappella. So here you guys go, man. You get it right here.
Okay, just so you know, I haven't warmed up or anything.
So okay,
It's been a long day, y'all.
there you go. There you go. She threw out the disclaimers. She threw out the disclaimers. Dale.
Tú quisiste estar allá, dijiste que quizá ese era tu destino. Después que todo te falló, hoy quieres regresar y ser feliz conmigo. Pero tú, I know I'm going faster, no piensas que mi amor por siempre te olvido y exiges mi cariño. De veras, lo siento no poder volverme a enamorar. De ti ya no es lo mismo. Solo espero que entiendas que un amor se debe de cuidar y no jugar con nadie, porque yo te daba mi querer y aún sin merecer no te dolió dejarme. Ahora vuelves buscando mi calor, diciendo que jamás lograste olvidarme. Pero yo te aclaro de una vez, lo debes de entender, es demasiado tarde.
Wow! Oh my goodness, man! Wow!
Sorry.
Dude, I'm literally like, if you can rewind it, you can watch this tomorrow. I'm smiling from ear to ear, from the first note to the last note. Erica, that was super awesome, man.
Thank you.
For being a cappella, that was super, super awesome. Like, I know you guys heard it, but it being, I always say this, you when you hear it live, it's just a whole different feeling. And for you to pick that song is, it's one of my favorite songs. It really is. It's one of my favorite songs. And, you know, nobody sang it like Ana Gabriel.
No.
You know what I mean? A lot of people have sung it afterwards, but nobody sung it like Ana Gabriel. And, you know, I remember when that song was being, it was, I lived in Beeville and they played it on all the Tejano stations. And back then, you know, poor little kid, I had a little tape player, and I would record, I would wait for that song. I would call the radio station and request it. And I learned every word to that song because I made myself write the lyrics. Mm-hmm. And I had that song over and over again on front and back to hear. That's how much I love that song.
It's a beautiful song.
I wasn't heartbroken or nothing. I just love the song.
She just has an amazing raspy voice.
But dude, no, that's what I was about to say. Your voice, it's like, it has this like roughness to it, but it's beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Like it just has like, it's its own, man. This is why I tell you guys, man, you have to be open to new music and new artists for this reason right here. There's so many great artists out here doing their thing, putting out singles, you know, using their money, their hard-earned money, however they make their money. You know, this is what we don't as fans and as as fans, you don't really understand, right? These people work just like we do. This is their hobby. They love doing it. You know, producers don't just say, "Oh, you sound great, I'm going to do it for free." It doesn't work like that. You know, these people got to put in their own money to make their singles to hopefully it grabs, and then, you know, they can do a career maybe where they can make a decent living. So this is why I'm really passionate about bringing new artists on the show and just showing what they got, man. Because I was telling Erica, you know, on the new channel, Keeping Up with Bumper, it's going to be a new YouTube channel that we have. I did a lot of interviews during the fanfare, and it broke my heart, man. It really did, to see so many people who are just enjoying the time, enjoying the music. And I'm like, hey, man, give me an artist. Can you give me an artist in the last 5 years? A brand new artist. Not one person could. Not one person can give me a new artist that's been out within the last 5 years. You know, and it just blew my mind. It really did. It blew my mind. So, you know, I ask if you're a fan of Wacky Wednesday, man, just once a week, twice a week, look around, man. Go to different radio stations, go to different countdowns, and actually look up the person. Go on your Apple search music and type in Erika Renee with the K and 2 E's. You know what I mean? Let the music play. You never know. You might just find a song and be like, oh my God. And then you go and you see 2019, 2020. And I never heard this shit. Like, how come I've never heard this song? It'll blow your mind how much good music is out there. So you know, I really, man, Erika, that blew anything I heard away all week. Like, be honest with you, like, you know, hearing you sing acapella, because it's Bumper's Wacky Wednesday. I say what the hell I want. There's some people who can sing like angels in the studio. You give them a microphone and tell them to sing a cappella, it's a whole nother story.
I think it's backwards for me.
You think it's backwards?
Oh my God, I get so nervous because I'm like, this is like your test. This is your final, you know, you'll get one shot and that's it, you know. And I get all nervous, but then, you know, like when I go and perform,
yeah,
you know, I feel like I just, you know, I don't get nervous, which is awkward because I've always
So you're
been
nervous
afraid.
in the studio, but not nervous live?
Yeah, I would, because like it's crazy. I've always had a fear of public speaking. I had to take speech class, and I got, I think, like a B in speech because
Army didn't help you.
I don't know why. Like before, because I was in high school. Well, obviously I was in high school. See, now I'm getting off. When I was in high school, I was in ROTC, and I was like the drill team commander, the color guard commander, the battalion commander. And so I was always in front of people, you know, barking orders at everybody. And I never even, it never crossed my mind like, oh my gosh, you're in front of people. People are watching you. Like, never, it didn't cross my mind. I joined the Army, and all of a sudden I was just like, you know, like I shut down. I was so nervous. I'm like, this is the real deal, guys. Man. It's not like the pretend Army. This is the real Army.
I get more nervous talking to 10 people than I do 10,000 people.
Well, so when I was in the Army, like people would come, other NCOs would come and tell me like, hey Sarge, can you let the group know that blah blah blah, you know, that they need to do this or whatever. And I'm like, why do you guys always come to me? And they're like, because you're so good up there, like you don't look nervous. I'm like, okay. Okay, hold on. And
hey, your one of your managers, he said screw the comments, because I saw it and I just didn't want to get to it yet. He texted me, he said, nah, like, hey, you need to stop what you're doing and you need to ask her this. So Israel Gamino, you know him?
Mm-hmm.
He said, tell her to sing I'm Going Down. Duh, he put you on a spot. So I'm Going Down is by
Mary J.
Blige. Is that one of your favorite songs?
I love Mary J. Blige.
Dude, that's so. If you want to, yeah, I'm just saying, you got people asking for it. If you want to.
Time on my hands since you been away, boy. I ain't got no place, no. And the sound of the rain against my window pane, it's slowly driving me insane. Boy, I'm going down. 'Cause you ain't around, baby. My whole world's upside down. Sleep don't come easy. Boy, please believe me. Since you've been gone, everything's going wrong. Why'd you have to say goodbye? Look what you've done to me. I can't stop these tears from falling from my eyes. Oh, baby, I'm going down.
Wow, dude, that is crazy, man. That's nuts. You look, to every little girl watching the show, if you come across this video tomorrow, today, 5 years from now, born in Juarez,
Mexican Mary J. Blige.
That's right. Born in Juarez, Mexico, and singing Mary J. Blige like she was raised on it, man. So
I used to love listening to a radio station in Arizona. I think it was like Magic 106, and they would play, Mary J. and Barry White and that kind of music.
Like Cali, I really love the oldies, man. I call them lowrider oldies, right? Because all the lowriders used to, but the oldies. The Art LeBeau, and you know what Art LeBeau is? He's big in Arizona and California. He's got like every week he does a show, right? And it's always so awesome because you'd be driving in California and you'd be like, all right, man, Sunday night, Art LeBeau, we're gonna go to the phone lines, and it'd be like, hey, this is Spider. I want to say shout out to my homegirl, whatever. I'm gonna be out in 2 months, girl. I hope you're waiting for me, and I want to dedicate this song or whatever. So, that's the West Coast, right? The West Coast, they love that music, and it grew on me. I love listening to that music. When I drive, that's what I like to listen to. But dude, it's awesome, bro. That's awesome to hear you sing Mary J. Blige. She went from Ana Gabriel to Mary J. Blige, dude. Only right here on Wacky Wednesday, dude.
I've never, I'm all nervous. I've never sang in English before,
So even at the karaoke's, it would always be Spanish?
It was always Spanish, yeah.
Wow.
I don't think I've ever
Man. Somebody, Felipe Leal said, American Idol dropped the ball, and I'm glad. Oh, dude. That's awesome. Erika, man, I cannot tell you how much I enjoy listening to you sing those songs, man. That was really, really great.
Brings back a lot of memories too, huh?
Yeah, but no, well, that song, I mean, I'm Going Down probably came out in 1995, if I had to guess. 95, 96, somewhere around there. I remember when that song came out. But I never was really big on, like, I know the songs, right? My friends would listen to them, I know, but it's just not my cup of tea. It never was my cup of tea. I love the gangster rap in the 90s. But after that,
I was there, wannabe too.
Yeah, but after that, I was like, nah, not Charlie, no more, no man. If there was ever somebody that you would love to do a duet with, male or female, in the Tejano genre, who would it be?
In the Tejano genre?
Yeah, in Tejano. I hope people are listening.
Ooh. Who's calling me?
Oh, somebody's calling you.
Oh, it's my dad.
You want to answer?
It's ahorita te llamo, daddy.
No, hold on. Here.
Papi, estoy haciendo entrevista, daddy. Te llamo ahorita.
Okay.
Love you. Bye.
Yeah.
I hate not answering my dad.
It's all good. It's all good.
He's so good.
So back to the question. The question was, if there was a male or female that you would love to do a duet with, who would it be?
You know what? Man, like, I just came from a concert, a show festival, in Ingleside this past weekend.
It's by Corpus, for some of you who don't know where Ingleside's at.
It's like right out by Corpus. So, I mean, this is just the top of my head. Like, Magnifico Siete, they sounded awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, really everybody. Who else was it? Sunny Sauceda, he was awesome too.
Yeah.
Marcos Orozco, man, like I've never seen him. I've seen, me playlists, stuff like that, but I've never actually seen him, live. And but yeah, I mean, all of them are awesome.
I'm gonna throw this out at you. Somebody's gonna catch this. Watch this. I can guarantee you. I have a gallito. I call him my gallito. I have a gallito that for me, and they're homies. So that I have that. I'm prejudiced in that sense, right? Like, I'll pick him over anybody because he's just like my little brother. His name is Alex Basulto. People on here know exactly who he is because he's coming here and he's sang, and people are just like, he goes from Journey. He's a front man for Mike Gonzalez Iconics. You know, the old Jimmy Gonzalez band. And I think that if a producer could put you two in a studio together, either a mariachi song where you could do a male and a female, or just a good slow Tejano song, you guys would kill it. You guys would kill it. So, any producers out there, man, and people who know me, look, let's see, TDK, he knows all the artists. TDK, let me ask you, I never asked the chat, but I'm going to do it tonight. Or to anybody, not just TDK, what do you guys think? You guys think that if somebody was able to put Erika Renee up with Alex Basulto and do a duet, do you think that would work? How do you think that would sound? Of course you're going to say Nando Dominguez, Carmino. Oh, man, no. Nando can sing too, man, of course. Yeah. But no, definitely, man, if somebody's up, look, see? Bam, there's already, that's an artist. He's like, I agree. Let's see. Couldn't miss Erika Renee. What? Couldn't miss the Erika Renee. Oh, thank you, Medici. Thank you. Don't miss it. Thank you. But no, man, I that's just throwing it out there because I know him very well and I know, the type of music that he loves to sing. Mm-hmm. And you guys have like the same background in the sense of the music that I can tell that you love, right? So I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we see. Look at even Tiger Maya says Alex is a badass. And of course, Gambino's not. He's sticking with Nando. All right, man. We'll make it. We'll make something happen. Her and Andy Bustamante would work. Oh yeah, female with another female. Yeah, that would be cool. But Erika, la mera neta, dude. I'm so glad you're on this show tonight because you singing the way you sang really puts a nail in the coffin when I tell people there is great artists out here doing what they love. You can't
deny us. We're here.
And you ain't going nowhere. We ain't going nowhere. No, I'm not. We're not going nowhere. Shout out to my buddy Gabe Zavala. He I listen to everything Tejano, man. He said something the other day, and he's like, I think Tejano's it comes in waves, right? And right now we're on the wave. We're on a big wave that's coming up, man. It's building up, which is great, right? It's really making it's buzzing again. And we cannot deny all the great female artists that are coming up. I mean, there is a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
I think we just all nos enojamos por fin, and we're finally all standing up for as a whole. When we want to be heard, we want to leave our mark too.
Heck yeah.
Even if it's a little squeak.
Yeah. But that's a good way to put it. No, you're right. Even if it's just a little squeak, right? And to know that you're outperforming, that's good, man. That's good because that's if to any artist, again, I won't tell you who said this, right? Because I love keeping my conversations. Yes, of course. But if you want to get out there, the thing for people to get to know who you are is you have to gig. Radio station's great, playing your music good. You have to gig. However it is, however you can get it.
I'll tell you that I performed on the 19th. I opened up a show for Joe Lopez and Grupo Mas.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Saturday over here at Rosedale Park.
Yes, at Rosedale Park. I opened up the show. I think I was the only Tejano female that opened up the show, or was that actually performed, on Saturday. I know there was Cindy Ramos on Friday, and she's a good friend of mine too. Mm-hmm. Awesome singer también. And she was the only conjunto I think también. But when I performed, a lot of people, they were like, how come I haven't heard about you? How come I haven't heard of you? And I'm like, well, the radio stations have my music, just demand it, go and tell them, play her. I'm going to go somewhere else.
Well, somebody told me this, like when you call the radio station and demand the music, they don't go by that. Like they don't, there's not somebody saying, hey, they keep calling, asking for the song. Maybe eventually they do, but it's the program director, right? You got to get in with the program director once a program director programs your music into the thing, it just falls into place, right?
I feel like too, like let the audience speaks for itself. You know, they want, you know, they know what they want to hear. They like. I mean, if you don't play what they like, they're gonna go somewhere else. They're gonna go to internet. You know, and I know a lot of people don't believe in internet radio. To me, like,
oh, it's booming.
Any platform that is out there, you know, I'm grateful for, because otherwise, you know, nobody would hear me, you know. So I always thank, you know, the radio stations. I also thank the DJs, you know, internet DJs también, because, you know, they give us a chance, you know, and then if it wasn't for them también, our music wouldn't be heard at all. Like, it would just be sitting in the corner right there and YouTube.
No, I give big shout outs to internet radio, because that's, to me, it's the way of the future, right? That's what everybody has, one of these in their hands. Yeah. Everybody's, you know, listening, you know, wherever you don't have to hear commercials, right? And radio stations, well, that's how they make money. They gotta sell, right? They gotta sell commercials in order to make money. When you hear, you know, and I'm old school still. Like, I like to go in my car. Don't get me wrong. I play music on Bluetooth from my phone, but if the radio station's good, I'd rather just hear the radio station, because I don't have to. I can do other things with my phone, because, you know, sometimes you're in the app, you go somewhere else. Some stations they'll stop. Some stations will keep playing, and that gets on my nerves. So I'd rather just hear the FM station. But Erika, we need to get you out there, like, for real, man. Any promoters out there, you know, you got to hit this girl up, dude, because how many you can do. And I'm only asking this because I know what people would ask, right? You could do a full set easily. You have your own band?
Yeah, or you can talk to Israel Gamino.
Israel Gamino, he's on here in the chat room. Hit him up. Israel, if you want to put your phone number in the chat, if you, any promoters are out there, any festival organizers, anything like that, and you need somebody, you know, to for a festival or for a baile or whatever, hit up Gamino here. He's gonna put his phone number whenever it's on here somewhere. He'll put his number on there, and
or Tiger.
Or Tiger Mayas too, if those guys are watching, man. Let's see. Canta tu chaparita. Hold on. Saludos to Ricardo Calderon. ¿Qué hubo?
Saludos.
Alex Basulto, or somebody must have told him, "Hey, Bumper's talking about you," and he came back on. You're late, Alex.
Hey,
you're late
Alex?
to the party, bro. You're late to the party. Rewind. No, dude, but I would, and you know where I would test that? Because he's on here. You know where I would test that? I would love to take you out of Dad's or somewhere together and be like, "Hey, man, they're gonna do this duet." If that crowd stops, dude, I'm telling you right now, like it would be a hit. So Israel Gamino, 346-775-8053. That's Gambino. Hit him up. He helps manager, and you can hit up Tiger Mayas as well, 806-584-6362. Hit either one of them up. They know how to get a hold of her, and you know, she'll show up in your town near you for sure. I hate using the word so much. Sometimes I watch these shows, I'm like, man, Pump, you said.
I do it too.
I count them.
Or I say,
Sergio Barbosa, what's up, man? There you go. Look, already. I'll hit her up. We might be able to do something.
Awesome.
See? If you got anything from the show, you got, there you go, right there.
Thank you.
Shout out to Chingona. I don't know if the chats are coming in, but she says, "Hola, hello, how you doing?"
Saludos, Chingona. What's up?
Do you have any favorite country songs? That's from YouTube.
Yes. I mean, I like a little bit of the old stuff. That's because I remember it
Like
from
the
middle
George
school.
Strait, that kind of stuff.
Where the sidewalk ends and the road begins, you say goodbye. On a cold, hard night, I'm not afraid to go. You bet I'm not.
Yeah,
You're still the one I run to, the one that I belong to. You're still the one I want for life. I just remember that was my our wedding.
Your wedding dance. Did you do you TikTok?
Yes.
And the reason I asked you a TikTok is because you singing those songs. I think you could do this, what they do too. There's a couple, man. And then every time I bring them up on the show, I never have their names ready.
I know who you're talking about. The girl and the guy.
They're a girl and a guy. They're from Florida.
Yes.
And they take
I just saw them today too.
They just take English. They take country songs and they translate them to Spanish. And let me tell you guys something. That is not an easy task. Taking lyrics, an English song, and changing them to Spanish to make them rhyme and sound right and still have the same meaning is a very difficult thing to do.
Let me tell you, I don't know if you guys have seen my videos when I performed March the 19th for the Tejano King Fest. There's a little girl, I sent you a picture. Her name's Brooke B.
Mm-hmm.
Y ella quería cantar, well, not cantar, but like perform. She wanted to perform for me. And I was like, okay, you know, mom had told me that she loved Tu Chaparrita. And I was like, cool, you know, and she's like, she wants to perform it to you. I was like, okay, you know, and man, like if you think doing it from, you know, English and doing it in Spanish and making it rhyme, try doing it ASL.
ASL.
We did it. And you guys have to go and search the videos. And I also have, I'm going to post it on my social media también. Hopefully by this weekend. Pero, so she loved Tu Chaparrita. So I sent her the lyrics, you know, in Spanish. She don't, even worse, like she don't even speak Spanish. She don't even, nada, you know.
But she knows all the words.
She knows Tu Chaparrita. She loves it. And then she learned it in English.
That's this song right here. Let's see if it plays. Let it play a little bit. Alex and Kat is the name of that couple.
Quiero ser tu chaparrita, dueña de tu corazón. Hazme caso un poquito, verás que tengo razón. Tú no sabes que me gustas, pero pronto lo verás. Que te hacía falta de una chaparrita de verdad. Quiero ser tu chaparrita, ser la reina de tu amor. Quiero estar contigo siempre, ven te canto mi canción. Quiero ser tu chaparrita, ser la reina de tu amor. Quiero estar contigo siempre, ven te canto mi canción.
Yeah, a little piece of Tu Chaparrita. That's a song that she was talking about. I want you guys, hey, and you can find it the same way I did. Erika Renee with the K and 2 E's at Renee, man. Let me, go ahead. I'm sorry.
So, so se la aprendió en español. No habla en español. La aprendió en español. Se la escribí en inglés. And so it actually, what I'm saying, because she starts signing it. She's dancing and signing, but she's dancing and signing along with the song, but in English. So it's American Sign Language, and it rhymes, like it goes, everything, you know, like.
Wow.
You can ask, you know, we're trying to include everybody, guys. That, you know, that was one of the things that I said, we're trying to include, you know, everybody, the youth, little girls, you know, that, you know, they don't get a lot of tampoco attention, you know.
Right.
And of course the hearing impaired, and then, you know, I know I said English speakers, but the English community was what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Because you know, I want to share my music, not just, you know, with our culture, but with everybody. You know, maybe somebody else will like it, and, you know, it'll hit them, you know, a different way.
Yeah, no, definitely,
but
man.
Yeah, she did an awesome job. Like, and then she danced while she was like, she danced way better than me. Like,
you were like, okay, you got to get off the stage. You're making me look bad.
She took over the show. Like, no, but she did an awesome job. She was awesome. I was very impressed. I was so proud of her. Like,
that's awesome, man.
I cried when she showed me.
And so, how was your crowd? Was the crowd good there at the? It
was a good, you know, for a noon o'clock.
For a noon o'clock, yeah,
for noon o'clock on a Saturday.
You know, and those are the things, man. You know, artists got to know, like, hey, man, if you're new, you're not going to get a 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock slot on a festival. Like it's really hard to do. And if you do, hey, give it everything you have. That's your time, right? But everybody pays their dues, right?
Oh, yeah.
And I think a lot of people misconcept when I say, hey, these new artists, we got to give them a shot, whatever. And you got the people that they got to pay their dues. We know that. I understand that they got to pay their dues, but they're paying their dues. I mean, it doesn't hurt to reach out a hand and help out a new artist, right? Like, hey, you know what, man? I'm playing for this festival. I got this new girl, Erika Renee. I want her to open up for me. It's that easy. Like, it's that easy. And it doesn't have to be another female. It could be a male. A male with a female with a male, whatever. So, yeah, there you go. For my anniversary, I'm going to ask, because my wife never gets on this thing, to be honest with you. She said, but can she do los laureles?
Oh, yeah, I've done it before.
Can you give me just a little piece from my anniversary?
Ay, que laureles tan verdes, que rosas tan encendidas. Si piensas abandonarme, mejor quítame la vida. Alza los ojos a verme si no estás comprometido. Eres mata de algodón que vives en el capullo. Ay, qué tristeza me da cuando te llenas de orgullo de ver a mi corazón enredado con el tuyo.
Dang! That's awesome, man. That's amazing. Babe, I love you. Happy anniversary. I got you a serenade right here just for you. Man, but look, I love the chat. The chat's booming right now with people like saying, hey, call me, boom, 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 this, that.
Awesome.
That's good.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Erika, I'm so excited for you, man, because, as Gabriel was saying, right, we're talking about the wave. You're on that wave, right? You're on that wave. We have to support you. We have to find a way to support our new artists, however it is. If it's downloading your music, calling the radio stations, whether it works or not, I don't know, but calling the radio stations to play your music. And I know the internet radio stations will play your music.
Oh, yes.
I hear it all the time. And not only the internet radio stations, I want to give a big hug and a big shout out to the DJs who do it from their home.
Yes.
Right? Every time I'm on my Facebook, which is a lot, don't let my wife sit and give a drum roll right here. So every time I'm on my Facebook and I see a DJ going live and he's supporting Tejano music, I make it a point to go on there and show some love. One message, they'll have one viewer, two viewers. You get on there, be like, hey man, and they're playing badass music. Like, hey man, that's awesome, bro. Thank you for the jams. For them, it makes it worth it. It makes it worth them sitting there giving you their undivided attention, right?
Yes.
And playing music for you to stop by, if it's just for a couple of minutes or one song. And then I test them. Like, after I watch them for a while and they know who I am, I'll come and, hey bro, play me a Jordan Rodriguez song. Bump, I got you right here. Bam. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about, man. Play me a Sonia de la Paz song. Bam, I got you. Carla Casino. Bam, I got you. And it's like, okay, you guys are on it. So, it's just another form of getting music out there, man. So don't sleep on those guys. Don't sleep on the internet DJs. That they don't have a radio station. They go on for a couple of hours or an hour or so, and they play everybody's music. If you send it to them, they'll play it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. I always try to go and say hello, and like you said, even if it's for a couple of songs, I go and support other. I mean, of course, my music.
Yeah.
But other artists, that are on there, and then if they're supporting me, hey, you know what? Yeah, awesome too. And
Heck
I'll
yeah.
give a heart or thumbs up or something.
Something, right? Yeah. And you know what? For the artists, if you go on there and say, hey man, play Erika Renee, they don't have it. Hey man, can you give me your email address? I'll make sure you got. No. Hey, I'll make sure you got.
No,
it.
I send it too. Like, if I know that they don't have it, I'll send it to them, and and then, they support me. So I really am appreciative of that. Y siempre les digo gracias, because hay veces que si no fuera por ellos, la gente no escucharía nuestra música.
No, definitely no. You're absolutely right, and I really like your background, man, because you carry so much culture with you, whether you think so or not. You know what I'm saying? You carry like your story. If you brought in a room full of little girls that were striving to be Tejano singers, you know what I'm saying, or little girls that were brought here because their parents came from Mexico and they that's what they grew up over there. That's what they know, and then they're brought over here, not because they want to, but because their parents brought them here, right? Yeah. And they're in a new world, and you could touch so many different people in so many different ways. Is what I'm trying to say, right? Just your story alone. I think that's something that you should do. Like I don't know what platform or what format you could do that in, but if you could help some girls, and not even just girls, just kids in general. You know what I'm saying? I remember all the ESL kids. You know what ESL is?
English second language.
The English second language. Like the ESL kids from me in school were like the coolest son of a guns ever. and you know what I mean? They were just, because if they didn't want the teachers to know what they were talking, they would just start talking smack, and I knew what they were saying, right? Yeah. And it was just cool, man. Some of them, one of them ended up being one of my best friends from my whole life. And, those kids, they need somebody to look up to too. You know what I'm saying? They're kind of like you said earlier, right? You're stuck over here and you're not American enough. You know what I'm saying? When they're just trying to fit in.
And I don't mean that in a bad way tampoco, like I don't want people to feel offended by that comment.
Ooh, man, I got a question for you right now, Erika.
Okay.
That's going to shake it's going to shake all 7.5 hours it takes to get from San Antonio to El Chuco.
A ver.
You ready?
A ver.
So.
Se aprovechan porque no puedo leer.
Nah, here it goes. He said, this is Felipe Leal. He's actually in Brownsville. He said, ask her what tacos are better, Chico's tacos or tacos from San Antonio.
That's a tough one.
Nah, you got to pick. Yeah. That one, there's no green board, red board. You have to pick a taco.
Okay, I got to go with my people. Chico's tacos.
Oh, my goodness. So let me explain to you guys what Chico's tacos is. Before I do that, I want to give a big hug and a big shout out to my buddy Rick Balderrama, who hooked me up with this badass leather cap that says Tejano ain't dead, baby. So if you guys, anybody ever see anybody wearing shirts or anything that says Tejano ain't dead, baby, that's my buddy Rick Balderrama. Shout out to Rick Balderrama out there, and thank you for the cap, sir. So back to Chico's Tacos. If you've never been to El Paso, Chico's Tacos is a staple, just like Texas, takes care of Whataburger, right? It's just their thing. What can San Antonio call? Like Fred's Fish Fries to San Antonio.
No, maybe like
Bill Miller's. Yeah, like Bill Miller's. Like Bill Miller's. That would be a good way, right? It's a staple, right? Yeah. So Chico's Tacos, I show up to El Paso. I said, all my friends from El Paso always told me, Chico's Tacos. I go to Chico's Tacos about 12:30 at night after a quinceañera. And I order the Chico's Tacos, thinking I'm going to get tacos. I got taquitos. Like flautas, right? Yeah. So they're like flautas. And then they put them in like a little dish.
The fries dish.
The fried dish, right? And then it's like with some watery, not salsa. Don't call it salsa. With some like watery ass salsa, and they stay in there and they get soggy and some cheese. And I was like, yo, I ordered Chico's Tacos, bro. And he's like, those are Chico's Tacos. I'm like, damn, I should order a hamburger, dog. God dang it. So
did you order fries though?
Huh?
And dunk them?
No, I didn't. Tacos? I did not. We ordered
get the full experience.
Chico's Tacos, and then next thing you know, I see a couple getting off a limousine. One's wearing a white wedding dress, the other one's wearing a tuxedo and all their wedding party, and they're all about Chico's Tacos. Like they already had their dance or whatever, and they're there for Chico's Tacos. So shout out to West Texas Promotions in the house. Somebody said puffy tacos. Nah, TDK, we're not going to go there. I'm not a fan of puffy tacos. But so Chico's Tacos it is. So if you're ever in El Paso, look up Chico's Tacos.
Tell them who sent you.
Tell them right here. Erika Renee
voted you guys.
sent you.
Yes. Well, it's because we used to go to Chico's after, it was like the after party thing.
Yeah, like
you said,
Whataburger.
Yeah. We would, after football games, whatever games, or we would go and to the quinceañeras because we were still in high school.
Yeah.
And then, after that, hey, let's go to Chico's on Dyer.
No, man.
Hangout spot.
So, real quick, it's Wacky Wednesday again. I'll say it from right field. I just got a text message, right? Because I told my buddy, I love the way Fabuloso smells.
Oh, me too.
I love it, right? Look at the picture I get with your good eye.
Oh, my good eye.
So shout out to Joey JMZ, man, who hates Fabuloso. He literally just sent me a picture. I don't know if you guys can see from way over there, but he just sent me a picture of him throwing the finger to Fabuloso. I just thought I'd throw it out there. It's pretty funny.
That's good.
Let's see who else we got on here. Shout out to Lucy Benavides from YouTube.
Hey, Lucy.
Yeah, Jerry Lares, also barbecue tacos. That's not from El Paso. That's here in San Antonio. Barbecue tacos. You like bris? So
I love Bill Miller's too.
Do you like flour tortillas or corn tortillas?
Flour.
You like flour tortillas. If you had to pick, you pick flour over corn?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. That's a first. Because I thought, Mexicanos, they're like, hey, no, flour,
okay.
hombre.
How do you eat your menudo?
With grano in it, with pozole inside of it.
And what is it? Tortilla or what?
Oh, I eat it. I don't eat it with tortillas.
What do you eat it with?
I don't, just cebolla. That's it. No jalapeno, no cilantro, no limon. Hey, I took a long time making that to taste good for you to just put a shitload of lemon and it tastes like lemon.
Oh, it's because I order menudo y siempre que ordeno el menudo, like, tengo que pedir el pan. It can't be like regular tortillas.
So you like it with a bolillo?
I like con pan de bolillo. That's like a Juarez, Chicotown.
Hey, but don't say bolillo because everybody on here is going to think you're talking about a white guy.
I didn't even think about that. I was just trying to speak this proper Spanish.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, everybody looks at me weird, like, ¿tiene pan de bolillo? And they're like, what? No, tenemos pan tostado o tenemos tortillas. And I'm like, I am from El Paso and Juarez, we con mantequilla.
Question from a legendary accordion player and an owner of a restaurant too, from the legendary Grupo Macizo.
Okay.
Right, from Dilley in the Pearsall area. They have Garcia's bar and grill there. Okay. He asked, how do you eat your steak?
I can't right now.
Booch! If you could eat a steak, how do you like it?
Medium rare, I would say. Not rare, just medium rare.
Medium rare, because there's medium rare, there's medium. So medium rare. So more red, more
medium. Yeah, medium rare. I have a hard time like chewing because I have my braces on. Well, not right now, but
and the meat
so
gets.
I gotta cut it,
But let me tell you, if you ever in Pearsall and you want to go to Garcia's,
okay,
that place right there that's the place to go, man. They make awesome steaks, man. Before I forget, I gotta pay a couple of bills here tonight. I don't want to go on without doing that. Right here, tonight's show is brought to you by Ricky Ray, the Realtor. 956-424-5724. If you're in San Antonio or in the surrounding areas and you're looking for a home, you're looking for a business opportunity, whatever, hit up my buddy Ricky Ray. He will take care of you. His vibe is, I say it every week, his vibe is off the chain. You won't meet another realtor like this guy. This guy is amazing. So hit up my buddy Ricky Ray, 956-424-5724. He is sponsoring tonight's show. Tonight's Wacky Wednesday is brought to you by Ricky Ray, the Realtor. Hit him up, 956-424-5724. And boom, we're back. I had to do that. Sorry, Erika, I had to do that, man.
It's okay. Thank you, Ricky Ray.
Yeah. And then, you eat meat on Fridays?
I don't even know what day.
Well, for Lent, my family we don't
pizza every
we don't
day.
eat meat. We don't eat meat on Fridays, right? So with that being said, one more little thing I gotta do for my brothers from my church. If you guys are in San Antonio and you want some delicious homemade fish, right here, man, go look up St. Paul's Church. It's near Babcock and St. Cloud here in the west side of San Antonio. This Friday is going to be the last fish fry they have. For $10, you get 2 pieces of fish, some green beans that the green bean ladies make. Like, it's so good you can just drink the juice. Don't ask me how I know that, because I used to drink. I'd get full. I'd be swollen with all the green bean juice. But you get French fries, 2 big pieces of fish, French fries and green beans for $10 and some bread. And go by, man. St. Paul Church. It's the men's axe fish fry. Again, for $10, they'll be there. This is going to be the last Friday, man. And when you go, you make sure you tell them, hey, I don't know any of you guys, but Bumper sent me. Bumper told me to come buy some fish. So make sure Friday you guys hit him up. Dang, let's see. Boom. Has a bar upstairs. Just be careful going downstairs. Chingao, man. Poco a poquito fuiste entrando en mi interior. Buena rola, bro. I don't know what song that was, but thank you, Luis. Green apple fabuloso's fire. I never smelled that.
I don't know. I like the purple one.
I like the purple one too. Hey, he said Macizo said you were right about the carne, the medium.
Yeah.
You got it. You're right.
And my eggs, I like them over medium también.
Over medium? There's such a thing?
Yeah, I didn't know either. I just flipped them over and ate it. I never.
How about just over easy?
No, está muy aguado. Like all that clear white stuff. No.
That's funny. You know, man, I'm having a good time tonight. Like literally, you know, Erika Renee. You know, I've heard your name before, and again, I started listening to your music, and then I was like, man, you know what? I was talking to my buddy Mike Gonzalez from Iconics. I said, man, you know, sometimes when you know, if I know somebody beforehand, it just makes the interview so much easier, right? But after you relax a little bit, you know, it's good, man. I'm really digging your vibe when it comes to what you're doing, and I really think that you need to just like pulling gas, man. Like don't let off that gas. You know what I mean? Do not let off that gas, because people need to hear you, dude. They need to hear you. They need to hear your music. And I better make sure that I have all your music for Frito Pie Fridays when I do, you know, sit around here and play some music and have a good time. It's cool, man. Again, I love hearing. People are asking, I want to hear another song. You know, I really like, I love when people come and sing and they bring their instruments. It's great, right? But sometimes I don't like to be that guy. I don't like to be the guy like, hey, sing a song, right? Because I didn't bring you to sing, right? I bring you to talk. But you know, the people love the way you sing, I guess, and they want to hear you. I don't know. She's one of the new ones that flying under the radar. And you just heard. I'm gonna highlight this. Get this up here. Jay Diaz watching from YouTube. He's like, she's one of the new ones that's flying under the radar, and you just heard how good she really is.
Thank you.
You know, same thing we said, right? Like, people are really getting to see the real Erika. I mean, it's live. You know what I mean? If you miss up, you miss up, and it is what it is. So thanks, Jay. I appreciate that comment, man.
Thank you.
Let me try to take it off here. And so what else, Erika? What else you think we really haven't, that you would love for your fans to know a little bit more about you? I like long walks on the beach. I like
working out. I like writing songs.
So do you find yourself writing a lot of music?
I do, and sometimes I have to fight it off. You know, like, I mean, I'm thankful to God, you know, because to me it's a God-given gift. It's a God-given gift. because never have I ever had like any, digo, entrenamiento de música, nada de eso, no soy experta para nada. And all of a sudden I hear, you know, in the back of my head, I hear, I don't know where the musical sound is, but I hear, you know, music. I hear words. I hear, you know, like God's sending, here, Erica, write this one, you know. I don't think it comes from me. I think it comes from God. And
I would believe you because, you know, me doing the show, like I've talked to many artists who's like, man, I don't write. Like people just give me songs, and if I like them, I dig them, I'll sing them. I can't write. And then there's some people who are like, hey man, it took me 2 years to write that song. Like I wrote a verse and it was like, man, I don't know, that doesn't sound good. Leave it alone. I'll come back to it. And then there's people like, one story that stands out to me is Elias Arredondo, lead singer of the Homeboys, used to sing for the Hometown Boys. You know, their first hit, I want to say it's their first hit that they put out, their first single as the Homeboys. He said he woke up in the middle of the night. Like he literally woke up in the middle of the night. He got a pen and paper. He wrote down either what he was dreaming or what God gave him. I don't know what, but he wrote that song down. The next day he gets with Roman and they put some stuff together, and then, dude, it's a hit.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like who does that? Who wakes up in the middle of the night and says, man, I need a pen and paper, man. Let me
Always
write.
have my phone ready with me.
So you just
But it happens. It happens. I'll like, I mean, it just comes to me and agarro el teléfono y grabo. Y hay veces que, like, I'm like, oh my God, en la mañana que me despierto, I'm like, what was that? You know, but I hear the melody.
Right.
So I le arreglo, you know, like in my mind, le arreglo, you know, because I don't have any instrument, but, you know, my vocal cords. Pero, you know, le arreglo, and then, you know, I'll put it together, and then I tell the producer, like, this is what I have, this is what I like, I want this, I want that. And I know it sounds kind of crazy, like I hear the instruments in my head, you know, like when my mom passed away, on my way back to my parents' house, I was going over Trans Mountain in El Paso, and I started all of a sudden just hearing like choir music, you know, and I started, and then stuff, you know, words just kept coming, and so I started singing, and I just started recording, you know, and I knew at that moment that my mom was okay, but, you know, that's why I say it's a God-given gift, because I went to church, but I wasn't raised in the church, you know, I didn't sing in the choir, I didn't, none of that, you know, and then empieza también eso, you know, and I'm just like, wow, I feel like it's like, I don't know, like some sort of miracle or something, you know, and I know it sounds crazy. And
no, I'm digging it. I'm digging it.
I just heard it, you know, and I don't have it on this phone, but I have it on my other phone, and I just started recording what I heard, you know, and I don't know where it came from. I mean, other than God, you know, that's the only explanation I have. But
man, that's it's crazy, because it's not the first time that I hear that, you know, that's the only way you can explain it. You know what I mean?
I couldn't write a book. I couldn't, like, to write a story, like to write a poem, like, forget it. You know?
Yeah.
But
if
like,
you tried, right?
yeah,
if you tried,
exactly,
you'd bang your head
for
against
a grade,
yeah.
You have to go and write, you know, a poem, and I'm like, oh, man,
but man, I know there's people out there. Like I have a buddy named Edward Garza. He plays bass for Michael Salgado, and he is one of those guys. Like, I don't know if I've ever. I have told the story. As a matter of fact, when I had Michael Salgado on, I told him the story. You know, me and him we talk probably once or twice a week, and when we talk like at least an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, about anything, about the show, just anything, right? And he loves to ask me about the military, right? Just like the stories of being in the military, being deployed, leaving your family. And one day he was just asking question after question after question, and I didn't understand what was going on. And like 2 weeks later, we were in Miami, and he's like, "Hey, where you at?" I said, "Dude, we're in Miami. We're in spring break or so. I forgot what we were there for." And he's like, "Hey, are y'all somewhere safe?" And I'm like, "You all right, bro? Everything cool?" Because I just want y'all to pull over. I want you to hear something. I said, "Well, my wife's here. You mind if..." He goes, "No, it's for both of y'all." And I'm like, "What the hell?" And I pull over. And we put the phone on the speaker, and you hear the guitar, and he just starts singing, man. And Erika, let me tell you, man, me and my wife, almost simultaneously, tears just start coming out of both of our eyes because the song was us.
Wow.
Like he had taken my feelings of how I felt about being gone. You know, my wife having to deal with, you know what it's being a spouse too in the military. It's not easy. And so he took all of that and he made a song, man. You know, and for me, it was just, he's like, promise me you won't ever play it anywhere. You know what I mean? I have it here. And when I had Michael on the show, I told him, man, if you ever record it, I just want to make my name, just put my name in there somewhere. Me and my wife's name somewhere in the song. But it was, for me to hear that, you know, I always tell my wife, I said, man, there's just people like you just said, it's gotta be God, man. There's no other, there's people who write, you know, don't get me wrong. There's people who sit there and they can write. And there's just some people, sometimes there's people that have that gift that anything they write is a hit. And everybody knows it. Like, hey, if that guy gives you a song, you could get dudes off the street. You know, that's gonna be a hit. That song's gonna be a hit. So that's amazing that, you know, the Lord has given you that gift that you can write that music. So do you write it, or you just get your phone and start recording yourself and then go back and kind of?
Tu Chaparrita was just written. Nomás la escribí así, pero en papel.
Yeah.
But the other songs, like most of them, like I record ideas, you know, on my phone and.
And when you take one of your songs to a producer, how does usually that go? Like, you know, like you tell me, you can hear the music in the background. Are you really strict on, like, you know, if a producer says, hey, you know what, this is a great song, you're singing it, but I really think it should flow this way. Are you one of those like, no, hell no, I want it to go like this?
No, and maybe I was a little bit at first, not because I was like being, you know, mala or anything, or necia, but maybe necia, but I'm learning, you know, still as I go, like, to be open, you know, to suggestions. And I know some people you know, they're dead set on how they want their songs to be, and you know, I'm pretty open, you know, if like I have, like, if when I come up with a song, you know, it comes to me as like banda, or it comes as a cumbia, or it comes as, you know, whatever, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes the producer has a different idea, you know, and so
that's what they get paid to do, though.
Yeah, so I had to like keep a mouth shut, Erika, let them do their thing, they're the expert.
Yeah, hell yeah.
And in the end, you know, like, wow, that did sound awesome.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
So you said the word banda. Do you ever see yourself singing a banda song?
I sang a banda norteña song. Se llama La Número 6. And that one, I wrote it and I sent it to Oaxaca, Mexico. And one of my Facebook friends, you know, hit me up and me dijo que si quería grabar algo banda norteña. And I was like, yeah, you know what, let's do it. And so we were kind of back and forth, but like all the way to Oaxaca, you know.
Did you go, or you recorded and then you went to studio?
I recorded here. I wish I could have gone.
Yeah.
Pero no, I recorded it here, but ellos hicieron la música ahí en Oaxaca.
I wanna say a big shout out to a good friend, and she's ended up being a great friend of mine, Miss Destiny Navaida.
Wow.
And Destiny Navaida, they live in Monterrey, her and Rigo, and they're constantly doing music. And they, as a Tejano artist, right? She said, hey, let me try this banda. And I love it, man. I personally love banda music.
Yeah.
Like it gets you in your feelings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I get that from my wife, because at first I was like, remember I was telling you back in California and these dudes, and then you had the Chalino guys.
Yeah.
They loved all the corridos, right? And then you had the dudes from like the inner city. Hey, banda machos, banda recodo. Like, and I'm like, bro, I don't want to hear that. That's just, it sounded crazy. But now, I've grown to love it. You know, it's I love listening to it.
Well, I'll tell you que cuando saqué la número 6, you know, it wasn't intended for the Tejano scene. You know, I just put it out there just because, you know, that's how it came to me.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, some people were against it, you know, and I understand, but to me, it was intended for, just in general.
Right,
whoever
right.
wants to listen to it. And why not? Everybody else, Tejano does mariachi or, and not putting anybody down. But I just wanted to do something different.
Right.
And of course, I love banda, so that's why I was like, ¿por qué no? And, but I'll tell you que a lot of the Tejano community accepted, my music. Que it's loud or whatever, but they still loved it, like.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Some people, they're still against it, but like y'all gotta be open. Like from day one, I've been saying y'all gotta be open-minded and go and be creative. You can't just stay stuck in one thing. You gotta, get out there. I have a lot of things to say.
No, hell yeah. Hey, now's the time to say them. But I think what we're missing in the genre that would be really, really cool right now would be a boy band. Young kids dressed similar to like what Friedman does, right?
Oh,
They can change. They have wardrobe change. They can wear Gucci. They can wear Versace. They can wear a cowboy hat. They can wear, Jordans, whatever. But I'm really thinking that this is my show, right? I can say what the hell I want. I'm thinking that if we could find some young kids to be in that kind of realm, right? To carry themselves like that. And no offense to the cumbia, to like all the the cumbia kings and all that kind of style. Like I get it. I love that stuff too. But I'm just saying, if we got away from that and just kind of like some dudes in some nice suits up there singing some new Tejano music, it'll catch people's eye. Like, hey, these vatos, what's up with these guys, right? What's their gimmick? And there is no gimmick. They're just young and they love Tejano music, and it's proven. There's so many young artists out there that are playing this music. I hate the word when we say that Tejano music is dying. It's not dying.
Mm-mm.
We just just like hearing you, like we have to be. You've said it 3 times tonight. We have to be open to changing.
Yeah.
Right. We have to be as Tejano fans. We got to be open to changing, and not changing, but just because we're not going to take away the oldies, right? But we have to be open to new music, right? Because you never know. An Erika Renee might come across your radio and be like, hey, I need that, right? I need that in my life. I need that song in my life. And the Mexican artists, they do a really good job of sticking their name in their music. Mm-hmm. And I'm starting to see a lot of Tejano artists are doing that too, right? Because if I don't know who Erika Renee is, and finally it's being played on a radio station, I'm like, yes, I know who you are, right? It's being played. But somebody's like, man, I really like that song. And, it goes into another song. The DJ never says, hey, that was a new single by Erika Renee. How do you know? How do you know that it was Erika Renee that just sang that song that you were digging, right? Without hope, maybe some of you are smart enough, you get the Shazam out and play it. Oh, that's what it is. And, get the music that way. But you have to get your name out there somehow. I'm not saying every song, but you know what I mean?
I've tried it, but I think my name's too long. Erika Renee. I don't know how that would cut like fly.
Oh, man. Oh, my God. Tejano Norteño Banda Music Awards. No, hombre, that award show would last 2 days if you did a category like that. Let's see. Erika Renee, thank you for being part of my group. That was from Daniel Garcia.
Oh, thank you for the invite. Gracias.
Let's see. We need some. We may need some Tejano Banda. I don't know how you could do that, but hey, maybe we can make it work, man. Shout out to David Ponce, man, the best looking hair in all the Onda Tejano and Onda Tejano. If you don't know Dave Ponce, just look for a middle-aged man with some gray hair, and it's perfect. You find a guy, his name's Dave Ponce, tell him Bumper sent you. You know Dave Ponce? Mm-mm. He's a sound engineer. He does sound. Great guy. He's been around for a long time. When you see him, you'll be like, that's what Bumper was talking about right there.
I'll be like, are you Dave Ponce?
Are you the
I've heard
Dave Ponce?
so much about your hair.
Yeah. Erika, we're coming to the end of the show, man. If you know, I think we were just barely breaking the surface of who you are. I'm just excited for you. I'm excited for the people who found out who Erika Renee was tonight.
Thank you.
You know, if it was just one person, it was worth it. It's worth it, right? If
course.
one person went and right now they went and put Erika Renee on their iPhone, on their, if you're a Google, if you're an Android person, whatever, and you went and looked her up, it makes these shows all worth it, man.
Yes.
So make sure you guys download Erika Renee, Erika with the K, Renee with 2 E's. Is that the only way you can spell Renee?
No, Rene.
Oh yeah. So 2 E's. You're right.
Yeah.
Who's that? TDK? I think he's already putting some links on here. I guess check you out. I don't know.
www.erikarenee.com.
Yeah.
Erika Renee Music, TikTok.
All of that.
Erika Renee Official, Instagram.
Hey, dude, and don't fall for the false things. You gotta look. She's right here on live. Like here. Hey, you can screenshot right now. And make sure it matches the face. The face matches. Hey, shout out to Davila DVP, Simplify Bumper. Great show. Thank you, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. I want to say hi to all my YouTube, everybody that follows me on YouTube. Thank you, man. This is something this is like the 3rd or 4th week. You're the 3rd or 4th artist, over 2 years that we just started doing this stuff on YouTube. So, I think it's cool, man. So if you don't know, Bumper does have a YouTube channel. It's right here. You guys can check it out. Bumper Gomez. All you got to do is type in Bumper Gomez on your YouTube search thing and subscribe, like, and share the channel. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it, man.
While you're at it, subscribe to Erika Renee.
There you go. While you're at it, look up Erika Renee, ErikaRenee. Subscribe and like the channel, man. It would be really great. Bumper show Erika Renee the GIFs. Oh, I can't do because the program doesn't let me. I can't.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess those are GIFs that he's singing, man.
Okay,
He's a funny dude.
Thank you.
Felipe Sanchez, man, yes, enjoyed meeting you at Fanfare. Yes, sir, for sure, brother, for sure. Erika, is there any shout outs you want to give to anybody or any?
Yes, thank you to my managers, Israel Gamino and Tiger Mays. Appreciate you guys, everything that you guys are doing. Miss Melanie, también, Miss Mercy, Roy, you.
Yes, ma'am.
For everything you guys are doing and for you giving me the opportunity. Mi familia que está en Juárez, El Paso. Some are here, but mainly over there. La gente de Arizona, también tengo familia en Arizona. Saludos allá. La gente de México, Monterrey, Juárez, Canada.
A la chinga, hasta Canada. Oh,
Canada,
God.
España. I know y'all are out there listening, supporting. Muchísimas gracias. Everywhere. Thank you por el apoyo. Por, doing the word of mouth thing. Just sharing. Yeah, there's my But yeah, thank you, mi familia, mis hijos, mi esposo, mi papá, que ya me está llamando.
Yeah, he's like, hey, you told me you're going to call me back.
My sisters, and, most importantly, my mama, that she was my biggest supporter, she's not here anymore, but I know she's with me.
Definitely looking down, man.
And still guiding me. So thank you, mommy.
So my last question for Miss Erika Renee is, if you were to talk to a group of 15 to 25-year-olds right now, in the day and age that we live right now, what would be your message to them? It could be anything. It could be about music. It could be about life. It could be about anything.
Take risks. I was always a shy person, and I think by me just joining the Army, doing the ROTC thing, and going to college, and now this, it's, even going to audition, like places, like look where it can take you. Like, it took me to open up for Joe Lopez.
Hell yeah.
And now she wants me back. Miss Sandra, thank you. I really appreciate the opportunity, and just go for it. Take risks, because vas a estar like coulda, shoulda, woulda, or and then of course, if you're gone, like
That's it.
What you
Time's
do, nada.
over. Yeah.
You're only given so much time aquí en el mundo, and si no haces, te la pierdes. So go for it. Whatever it is, and I mean, as long as it's a positive thing.
And not nothing bad, right?
No, whatever makes you happy, go
Yeah.
for it. That's why I tell my kids, go for it. If, school makes you happy, go for it. If music makes you happy, go for it. If art makes you happy, go for it. Army, go for it. Just do something. Be involved.
Marine Corps, think about it. Think about it.
Air Force.
Air Force, Navy, go for it. Army, go. Marine Corps, you better think about it.
Talk to me first.
There you go. Erika, I want to thank you so much for giving me. I know you had a long day, and for you to come do this, spend 2 hours with a stranger. Hopefully, we're not strangers
you're the
anymore.
brother to me because we're both military.
There you go. So
I think that helped us out.
No, definitely, man. I am excited for you. I'm excited for the comments that were on here, and I really hope this year just blows up for you.
Thank you.
I really think that many great things are coming your way, and dale gas, man. Like don't let off the gas pedal. Just keep going, man. And to everybody, if this is your first time watching and you're watching on behalf of Erika, welcome to Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. I do this every single Wednesday. Every single Wednesday I do this. And people always ask, Bumper, why don't you put out a calendar? I want to know who's playing. That's not me. I don't like doing that. I don't know why. It's just I like being a surprise, right?
Yeah,
but next week on the show, I do this though at the end of the show. I give the week, right? So next week at the end of the next week Wednesday, I'm gonna have Texas Latino, Sevy, Gabe, like they're gonna be here in the studio, man. And these dudes have a lot of stuff to say, man. So if you guys grab you something cold to drink, Gabe can sing his ass off, and Sevy's a funny dude who's been in the business a long time. He owns his own studio. Huh?
He worked on Tu Chaparrita.
Oh, he did, Sevy. So shout out to Sevy, man. Yeah. And Slack Monster, right? Mm-hmm. Slack Monster Studios. So you guys better be ready, dude, because I hung out with him all day, or not all day. I hung out with him Saturday night, and bro, I'm telling you, it's gonna be a great interview. The guy's he's cool, and Gabe will be he'll be the medium guy. He'll keep us in check, man. So it's gonna be a great show. Make sure you guys tune in again. Thank you for watching Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Thank you for everybody who tunes into it's not Bumpers, but to Frito Pie Friday when we do have them. And that just showcases new artists and new music. To all the people watching, if you have friends that are artists, if you have friends that are, whatever, they got a single out there that they've been bothering you about, send it to me. BumperGomezProductions@gmail.com. BumperGomezProductions@gmail.com. Send me the singles. I go through them and we'll play them. We play them on Fridays, man. And people dig them. Either they chale or dale, whether dale or chale, they'll pull you off right then and there. No, but Erika, thank you. Everybody watching, thank you guys so much. Next week, Texas Latino will be in the house. I hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. We're halfway through the week. You guys keep doing what you're doing, and keep Tejano alive, man. And please, if you forgot what I said, please do me that favor, man. Go and listen to new music. Whether it's 1 hour, 2 hours, or just say, hey, I'm going to listen to Bumper. I'm going to pick Wednesdays. When I'm in my car on Wednesdays, I'm going to make it a point to find new music, and I'm going to listen to it just on Wednesday. I'm not going to listen to nothing new. I mean, nothing old. It's going to be all new. You never know. You might find an Erika Renee on your playlist somewhere and be like, man, 3 years from now, like, I remember when she was on Wacky Wednesday and I heard that. What? That's what we're hoping for, man. So, Bumper Gomez Productions, BumperGomezProductions@gmail.com. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for tuning in. Erika, I wish you nothing but the best. Big things to come in 2022, man.
Thank you.
Keep grinding.
Yes, sir. And thank you guys for joining us. And go check out my music and my latest single, Me Alejé de Ti. Mario Ortiz worked on that song with me. And so thank you as well. So go check it out. Subscribe.
Heck yeah. So, is she gonna do a closing song? Chee. Wow,
Me alejé de ti. I'll sing that one.
you can sing it a cappella? Okay, so before you sing it, I'm gonna do the good nights. Good night, y'all. Thank y'all guys for tuning in. And remember, download Erika Renee, Erika with the K and 2 E's in Renee. Check her out. We're gonna end the show right here with her single Acapella style.
Eres el amor de mi vida. Eres con el que siempre soñé. Solo me la paso pensando en cuándo te podré ver otra vez. Pero desde hoy yo moriré, por un momento no respiraré. Te doy las gracias, no te olvidaré y te digo adiós. Es que me alejé de ti para ya no hacerte sufrir. Mi corazón siento latir cuando tú no estás junto a mí. Cierro los ojos, pienso en ti. Letras de tu canción rompí. Debilidad me hace llorar. Solo contigo quiero estar. Yo quiero estar. Tan, tan.
Beautiful. Erika Renee. Check her out. Erika with the K, 2 E's in Renee. Y'all have a good night. Bumpers Wacky Wednesday. Another episode in the